Hello and welcome to Fandemically Reviewed. This is part of the Fandemic. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, I'm going to review a movie, TV show, or something. I'll go over where we might recognize the directors, writers, actors, and read some of the best and worst reviews that I can find just to rate those reviews and give you my thoughts as well. Also, you can make up your own damn mind in under 30 minutes or less. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is Fandemically Reviewed. All right, so talking about the Garfield movie, if that wasn't apparent yet, I went and watched it a couple weeks ago on opening weekend. It's been kind of sitting here for me. I meant to do this last week, but I didn't get around to it, and I didn't really feel a huge, rush to as well. So, without that, I want to go over some of the details of the movie. The IMDb has rated this at a 6.0 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 38% on the tomato meter with an 83% of the audience score as well. The IMDb synopsis for the movie is after Garfield unexpected reunion with his long-lost father, Ragged Alley Cat Vic, he and his canine friend Odie are forced from their perfectly pampered lives to join Vic on a risky heist. This was released on May the 24th, and the director is Mark Dindal. You might know him from the Emperor's New Groove and Chicken Little. This is written by Paul Kaplan, Mark Torgov, David Reynolds, Paul A. Kaplan. He is also writer of The Late Bloomer, George Lopez, Outsource, Just Shoot Me, Spin City, Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighter, and Tattoo Alien Fighter from Beverly Hills. Mark Torgov, you might recognize him from writing The Late Bloomer, George Lopez, Spin City. David Reynolds, he's a writer on Finding Nemo, The Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and Mulan. The top billed stars in voice acting stars in the movie is Chris Pratt. He's voicing Garfield. You know him obviously from Guardians of the Galaxy, Super Mario Brothers, the movie, Jurassic World, and so much more. Now, one of my favorite actors, Samuel L. Jackson, he plays Vic, Chris Pratt's father. He's Nick Fury for Marvel, Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, Paws of Fury, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Why can't I say that? Spiral, Star Wars, Capital One. He's Shaft. He's in The Incredibles. I don't think there's a property out there that Samuel L. Jackson or a franchise Samuel L. Jackson really doesn't have his paws into, man. Dude has, I say pause because of Garfield. It's just he's in everything, and I am all for it. Hannah Waddington, she plays Jinx. Recently, she's been in The Fall Guy, Ted Lasso, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, Les Mis as well. She's a wonderful singer also. Ving Rhames, he's Otto. You know him from Pulp Fiction, Mission Impossible, and Dawn of the Dead. Just for some of them, Nicholas Hoult, he's John, the Garfield's owner. Mad Max Fury Road, Warm Bodies, X-Men, Days of Future Past, Renfield, The Menu, Sandcastle, and so much more. Cecilia Strong, she plays Marge Malone. She's been in Leo, Shimagoon, Saturday Night Live, Scream Queens, and then you got Harvey Gillen, he's Odie. He is actually a star in Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, The Internship, Blue Beetle, The Thunderman's Return, Harley Quinn, Strays, What We Do in the Shadows. Brett Goldstein, he plays Roland. You know him from Ted Lasso, Thor, Love and Thunder, Shrinking. Shrinking is a great freaking show, too, if you haven't watched it. Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock. Snoop Dogg, he is Maurice. You know him from Training Day, Turbo, Day Shift. Janelle James, she plays Olivia. She's from Black Monday, Abbott Elementary, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Central Park. All right, I have a rating system here as well, on a 1 through 5. A 1, my lowest score is a "You shall not pass." It's not my cup of tea. I can, whatever. I just really didn't like it. 2 out of 5 is an "Are you not entertained?" It's okay, take it or leave it. 3 out of 5, I'll be back. Definitely gonna watch it again. 4 out of 5, may the force be with you. Yes, you have my attention now. 5 out of 5, top brass is gonna be a no. I am your father. All right, now I choose my reviews solely on title alone. I have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally no talk good. I'll do my best to read them as I see it. Punctuation, good, bad, and all. All right, we are at 6 minutes. Let's see what we can do. I have a 1-star review. This one, well, here. This one is called "I'm Watching in the Theater Now and dot dot dot." I'm currently watching this movie at a Cinemark theater, and this is such a stupid film. I'm a parent of a 5-year-old, and I had to choose between If and Garfield. You chose wrong, buddy. I hate most animated movies these days, though I'm excited about Moana 2. Yeah, me too. So I was thinking of seeing If, but ultimately I let my daughter decide. After seeing the trailers, she, of course, chose Garfield. Big mistake. This movie is dumb. I guess because Chris Pratt did over 1 billion with Mario, that he believes signing on to do another beloved animated character movie would be a good idea. Man, those millions really do talk in Hollywood. I guess I'd sell my soul too. The story is not interesting. The characters are weak. The animation is ugly. It's not funny. No one has laughed yet in the entire theater, and we're 35 minutes in. Wow, he's writing this during the movie. Nice. I paid $13.41 for tickets, $7.95 for medium popcorn, and $7.77 for 2 vitamin waters and a pack of 4 fruit by the foot. We snuck in from Five Below. That's about $100 given today's inflation. What? Um, okay, so I paid $13.41 for tickets. All right, $7.95. So we're just gonna call that $8. We'll say 14 and 8, 22. We'll call another 8 for 20. So we'll call that $30. And vitamin. That's for the vitamin waters. 4 fruit by the foot. So they're stuck in. Where does that make $100? Not sure there. Okay. All right. By the way, I'm not voting for Biden or Trump in November. I'm just going to write my own name in. Okay. Didn't think we're getting political, but whatever. Here we are getting political. Anyway, I guess I'll get back to the movie. Matter of fact, my daughter is old enough now where I can sleep during film. Time to catch some Z's. Okay, man, if you're not even going to watch the full movie, then don't review it. That's stupid. Um, I will say you're not entirely wrong in a lot of things. I work for a movie theater, and yes, prices are expensive, but they keep on making billion-dollar films. How did he get the money back? Unless lots of people go to the movies, and they're not right now. All right. With that, for the fact that the guy is writing this in a movie, probably not paying attention and sleeping, you are going to get a "You shall not pass" on your review, man. I'm sorry, dude. 2 stars, a not so good fuzzball. Look, I loved reading the Garfield comics growing up, but unfortunately, despite a few good moments, it's a bad hairball. The animation is solid with cute character designs that reflect perfectly to the Garfield comics, setting the environment with good uses of colors, lighting, and background designs. The sound design and the soundtrack is pretty good, but that's about it. Story-wise, it's messy, I suppose. Garfield and Odie are interesting characters. However, the movie doesn't give them enough time to shine and includes new characters that are uninteresting and quite unbearable. The voice performances were okay, but Chris Pratt's voice performance is one of the most dullest and lifeless performances ever. I don't dislike Pratt as he's been in some of the great movies, but as Garfield, he really is miscast. I liked it. Sure, there are some okay humor moments, and there are some parts that I thought were pretty interesting, but that's all I can really say. I brought a few of my relatives, siblings to tag along, and they enjoyed it, so that's a plus. Mark Dindal, you know from Emperor's New Groove and Cats Don't Dance, you can do better than this. Oh wait, you made Chicken Little. Never mind. I give this one a review. This is a May the force be with you. This is a good review. I agree with a lot of it. I wasn't a big fan of the movie, but I'll talk about that here in a few minutes. All right, let's move on to some good reviews. All right, so this was a 6 star, a Frankenstein monster film. I have been waiting for from this film since it was announced during the pandemic back in 2021. Really? It's that long ago? Okay. But it suddenly got delayed multiple times, and at some point, many stuff was leaked before releasing, teasing that something was going wrong during production. After the film finally released, I realized I was right. The film feels less like a special Garfield version of the Peanuts movie, which instead commits the same mistakes Toy Story 4 by getting less focus of the iconic characters like John Arbuckle and Nermal over new ones like Garfield's father Vic in a most boring robbery storyline that you can feel was chopped during production, as many scenes feel disconnected and with weird pacing and tonal issues. Um, yeah, that's a pretty good, accurate call of the movie. I agree with that pretty much 100%. All right, when I got one more 10 out of 10. Let's see what somebody that thinks this is one of the greatest movies ever says about it. Heartwarming story, beautifully animated, great pace, and laugh out loud humor. Don't know if we watched the same movie. I agree with everything but the laugh out loud humor. The Garfield movie is an entertaining animated film about a lovable tabby cat and his adventures. I like funny movies, and this one definitely falls into that category. I laughed so hard my stomach hurt. This film isn't all jokes, though. There are many heartwarming moments as well. The film starts out by making sure the audience knows just how much Garfield, Chris Pratt, loves Italian food. While eating his morning snack, he begins to tell the story of how he met his owner, John, Nicholas Hoult. After his own father, Vic, Samuel L. Jackson, seemingly abandons him, John takes Garfield in. And from there, he has quite the luxurious life. He gets to sit around all day eating and watching cat videos on TV with his buddies. Unsuspectingly, Garfield is taken from his normal routine and forced to adjust to a world he is not prepared for. On his new journey, Garfield meets a lot of new people and learns many new life lessons. With the help of his new friends and his dad, Garfield learns to be independent. Garfield eventually makes his way home to a new normal that he helps create. The Garfield movie is an animated film that personifies everything from ordinary house pets to farm animals. The animation is very well done, and the colors used are an iconic part of what makes Garfield Garfield. The music used throughout the film really helps set the vibe at the crucial moments, such as when Italian music plays at the local Italian restaurant and familiar danger music plays during action scenes. My favorite character is Garfield because he is hilarious, loves Italian food, and hates Mondays. The selection of voice actors for each character is also spot on. When Roland the dog, Brett Goldstein, fakes a British accent to make Jinx, Hannah Waddington, more comfortable, then switches back to his New York accent at the end, the talent of this voice actor really shines through. And both of those people are from Ted Lasso, just saying. The film's message is that you should never judge others without knowing their full story. You may think that you know how something happened, but it's important to get all the information. This information is successfully delivered throughout the development of Garfield's relationship with his father. Note that this film does contain some violence, although delivered in a funny way. Some parents may be uncomfortable with their kids watching such aggressive behavior. I give the Garfield movie 5 out of 5 stars and recommend it for ages 5 to 18 plus adults. It is available exclusively in movie theaters beginning May 24th, 2024. Be sure to check it out. All right. So my thoughts on the movie, which is okay. Well, first of all, that was a good review, well written, by Aubrey L. Kids First. The movie is made for younger kids. My 11-year-old had the same thoughts as I did. It felt like she was too old for the movie. But it was a really interesting movie to see that there was no hidden agendas in the movie. It was just pure entertainment for kids, and it's Garfield. And if you can't do something like that with Garfield, what can you do it with? So, I mean, my rating for this, I would rate it right there in the middle. I'll be back. It's not my favorite movie by any means. Would I see it again? Probably, maybe. I mean, I would see. It depends on the sequel. But with the cast that they had, Yeah, I mean, like there are some messy parts, but ultimately, why not? So here you go. If you want to find me, friend me, or follow me, you can go to Facebook at The Fandemic, TikTok at Fandemic1, Instagram at The Fandemic1. If you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next guest on The Fandemic. If you want to support the show, there's several ways to do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic, on Patreon at patreon.com/pvotnfandemic, PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butin. Most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. We're going to leave a 5-star review. If you like this, check out All Things Fandemic and hear all the fun conversations with myself, Brian, and whoever else wants to talk. You can also order my kids' book, Lovely and My Awesome and Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders on Amazon, or contact me directly. I got a couple more books in the works. The Garfield Movie just got pandemically reviewed.